Hey everybody, it's Sean and Trey with Reactions to the Classics. Before we get started today, we just wanted to invite you to take a look at our Patreon page where we have all kinds of reward tiers, anywhere from reacting to an entire album to songs. Supporting us for as little as $1 a month. It really helps us out.
And you can also check out our Facebook and Discord groups down below. Got a great community of people who love music. And all that to say, y'all, let's get to today's video. What's happening, everybody? Trey here, joined again by my dad, Sean. And today we got a song request from our patron, Bob. For Mr. Bob Dylan, with God on Our Side, from the times they are a changing. We've done Free Will and Bob Dylan.
Yeah, we've done a ton of Dylan albums, but I've never heard anything from this album.
No, still kind of in that real big folky period from him. So I'm looking forward to this because this is right before we kind of start getting into bringing it all back home and Highway 61 into the electric Dylan period. And the song's 7 minutes long, apropos for Mr. Zimmerman here. I'm looking forward. I haven't looked at the lyrics or anything yet, but I know you've kind of did it in preparation for this.
Yeah, for a song that's over 50 years old, it's so relevant right now in 2020 when we're filming this. The lyrics address the tendency of Americans to believe that God will invariably side with them and oppose those with whom they disagree. Trey, does that sound familiar? We're both hardcore Christians, if you want to use that term, hardcore. But in our faith, we seem to think that being a Christian is somehow tied to being American and vice versa. And sorry to tell you that in the Bible, America didn't exist for another nearly 2,000 years. But I digress. This leaves an unquestioned morality of wars fought and atrocities committed by the United States, and Dylan starts running down the slaughter of Native Americans, the Spanish-American War, Civil War, World War I and II, what happened in the Holocaust, the Cold War, and even the betrayal of Jesus by Judas. So it's very, very interesting. And that line, the words from the song, whether Judas Iscariot had God on his side, inspired Tim Rice to write the lyrics of Jesus Christ Superstar from Judas's perspective. Although that was not obviously the point Dylan was making in the song, but I just thought that inspired Jesus Christ Superstar. So, as always, love Bob. Looking forward to hearing this.
Yeah, no, first time. So
first time, never heard it.
Be following along with the lyrics, y'all. Make some make some remarks here and there as the song's playing, but save the meat of the review here for the end. So let's see what Bob has to say.
Let's do it.
With God on our side, Bob Dylan. Wow, I don't even know where to start on this tune, man.
I don't know where to start either. I mean, I have some thoughts definitely when we get in the... I think as I'm going to kind of get this helicopter view here, most of the wars fought over time, from the time beginning, are, quote, holy wars. And the two sides believe that God is on their side. Now, obviously, when he talks about Judas and Jesus, he's talking about America. He's talking about the God of the Bible, the God that you and I as Christians believe in. But the question is this. When you tell somebody, well, God is on our side, then they can't really question you because it's like, well, I can't go against that. You know? But, you've heard me say this before and stuff that I've taught before on the Bible, but the Apostle Paul, the greatest evangelist ever, is known for persecuting Christians first, right? Before Acts 9, when he goes on the road to Emmaus and he's then encounters Jesus, and now he goes to the other side. Now he's championed Christianity. But the thing is this, Paul didn't think he was going against God initially. He was trying to kill Christians because he thought that's what God wanted him to do. And so that's what you got to, I think, understand with this whole with God on our side. Is he really on your side? Is that what the Bible tells you? And I think that's where, in this country, in the United States, and in a lot of other countries, they get it wrong. But it's so hard to go against somebody who goes, well, I mean, we got God on our side. So if you're not religious or if you're atheist or agnostic, I think you'll still understand what I'm saying. And if you're Christian, I might have just offended you, but the truth is in the Bible, and the truth is not what we're often told. Go look for it for yourself. And then it's funny because it's 1964, and he said he's grown up all his life saying the Russians were now who he had to. And for me, growing up, in the 70s, and I graduated from high school in 1989, right? Communism falls in 88. Like, that's what I grew up with. Oh no, there's going to be a world war. We used to have drills at school. What happens if,
the chemical dust comes for you,
So it's just funny, that's one thing that dates this song. Yet now again, we're kind of against the Russians in 2020 a little bit. But I know I talked for a long time, but this song is
brought great points.
Is unbelievable, man.
And you even go back to the original people who had God on their side, the Israelites. What happened to them?
Yeah, exactly.
Got exiled by multiple different groups of people to Babylon, and at that time, I'm sure, obviously, they were thinking, "Oh, God's on our side. He's fought for us before, and this and that." And I mean, there was reasons that obviously, they just went down into sin and whatnot, and God. And that brings the question, was God still on the Israelite side? I still think he was at the end of the day, because he didn't let them get eradicated out, and he restored them. But at the time, it looks like you see them being exiled and taken and whatnot. So I think God can still be on your side, even if you're on the losing part of a war, essentially. But I think you're right on the money that a lot of people say that, oh, God's on our side, let's go and take over this and that. And this reminded me a little bit of Masters of War,
yes,
from Free Will, and in the sense, because you really think about the war, we have issues from our heads and our leaderships, which is, a minute part of the population.
Right.
And then the rest of us have to rally around, and you got to go fight and kill somebody you don't even know, because his country's telling him the same thing. We got to go take out this and that. War is a topic that can't be easily dissected in a YouTube video like this. There are reasons to go to war, but I think, as history has shown us, we've gone to war unnecessarily.
I think the World War I mentioned in there, like, no one even knew why we went to fight. All these people died, like, worldwide. I know what started World War I. I used to be a history teacher, but why we became involved becomes quite convoluted.
And then boom, you have and man, the one about the Second World War, where we forgave the Germans, then we were friends, though they murdered 6 million in the ovens they fried. The Germans now too have God on their side. It's one of those things, looking back now, you think, and you learn about the Holocaust as as growing up in school and whatnot, but it's still just jarring to think, man, that happened only 80 years ago.
Yeah. Exactly.
That really did not happen that long ago, and just 6 million people. You can't really fathom that.
No.
And living through that time would have been mind-boggling. And then dropping the bomb on Japan, one of those obviously tough debate points.
Yeah.
Should or should, and these poor people who had nothing to do, that weren't fighting against us, they got taken out, yet it's the catalyst that ended the Second World War.
Yeah, so exactly. These things are very complicated.
It's just a lot of difficult things, and one last theological point where that Jesus Christ was betrayed by a kiss. But I can't think for you. You'll have to decide whether Judas Iscariot had God on his side. Makes you think how they mentioned that Judas was kind of sent for the purpose of betraying, yet at the same time, it's clear that he's culpable for his actions. It's one of those things where it's tough to wrap one's brain around how those two are true. I believe them to be true, though. But at a certain point, Judas probably thought he did have God on his side. Who knows? The Bible's clear. He was greedy, and that's what led him down the right path, or wrong path, rather. But it's just another very thought-provoking verse there. So wow, this song. All this to say, man, this song was just unbelievable. I love Mr. Bob Dylan. The more I hear from him, the more he's rising up my ranks and favorite all time, and definitely gonna have to give this record a spin.
Yeah, and it's over 7 minutes long, this song, and this review is going to be over 17 minutes, the longest one we've ever done, because there's that much to say, and we just scratch the surface. As you said, every verse could be a actual video, but first listen. What do you give this song?
I'm coming in hot, man. I'm going 9.25.
Yeah, I'm going 9. I'm right here with you. I'm going 9. The lyricism is next level. This is Dylan at his finest. His acoustic, his harmonica, and Bob singing.
I know.
He don't need anybody else because those lyrics are absolute fire.
Yeah, and I mean, I know those watching this are probably big Dylan fans. You probably wouldn't click a review. Some people like to, hit at Bob or say they don't like him because the instrumentation's so stripped back. They don't like his voice, this or that. That's fine, but I don't know how you can listen to a song like this and it's one thing reading them, but the way Bob's able to deliver
them.
That's what makes it special.
Master storyteller,
to me, man.
Master storyteller.
So thanks to our patron Bob, man. Really,
thank you, Bob.
Really appreciate that. This is one of my favorites that we've done.
Agreed.
A lot of great discussion. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that big thumbs up and that big red subscribe button. We upload every single day, y'all. As always, Dad, appreciate the research and discussion. And until next time, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Happy listening, and we will see you.